Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Happy to have you here tonight with me. I have a fun another spring project coming up right now. So come and hang out. Let's chat for a little bit and we'll get it all together, okay? So I have the truck in front of me. First thing that I did is I set the top layer of the truck on here and I just traced where this window is, okay? So, so that I know where it is, because that's the only part of this back piece that I plan on painting. And I don't want to have to paint more than I have to paint, you know what I mean? So that way I know where that's at and I can easily just take care of that window whenever I'm painting. Hi, Joni. How are you, love? Welcome. Let's see. Keyword tonight is spring. It's all set up and ready to go. We're going to start with some beads. I have a plastic baggie and I have some, this is Lakeshore paste, okay? It's like a really nice bright blue. I'm going to just, I mixed it with a little bit of water. I'm going to stick it in my bag and bring my beads over and just coat them. I just put a tiny bit in there, okay? You can always add more, but I don't want to waste it. And for just 4 beads, I think this hopefully will be plenty. If not, I can add a little more if I need to. Hey, Shirley. Hi, Rainy. Hey, Gwen. Welcome, girls. So you can comment spring. This is a bundle. So I've been working on, this weekend, I've been working on transferring stuff from my Etsy page. So you're going to start seeing, hi, Patsy, more links to my Square page, which it's the same thing, okay? I still have an Etsy and everything, but the fees are outrageous. Like 10% of every sale is a fee, and I think that's ridiculous. Plus, on Etsy, customers have to pay sales tax, and I'm not going to charge sales tax on my website. So you will see that for my cutouts. If you're not in my cutout group, you can join it. It's PV Home Decor and More. And if you're not in there, you can comment group right here and I can give you the link, okay? I think these are pretty well, I say that and then they're not. This one's not, anyway. It's kind of stuck down here. Okay, let me get these other ones out of here. I'm going to just dump them onto this plate that I have sitting over here. Okay. Work them out of that bag, okay? They're good. I see one of them's not perfectly coated either, but I'm tempted to let it be. I love this color, Lakeshore. It is a paste color. It does come in a packet, and it does come with this bundle. Whenever you order this bundle. I'm actually going to just, so I turn this bag inside out, getting those out of here. I'm going to take a little bit more of this paste. Oops. On the bag with my finger and just, this one didn't get good coverage at all, so get that painted. Try and make this as not messy as I possibly can, but I'm going to end up with blue paste on me, okay? Without a doubt, even though I'm trying my best, I think that's when it actually happens, is when you're trying really hard for it not to happen, and then it does. Anyways, like with all of the stuff that you do to try and keep it from happening. Okay, we're good. That's good enough, okay? Throw that in there. I don't see any blue on me. All right. Foam brush. I have, oops. Okay. I have now just rolled that into, directly into my paste. So that's perfect. It's good. It's like exactly what I wanted to do. Paste with a little bit of water mixed. Okay. Right here. Again, this is Lakeshore. Really pretty blue. We are going to paint almost this entire truck. And there's a little bird here that we're going to paint also. We're painting the Fenders of the truck also in Lakeshore. And everything except the wheels. So I just have to probably paint around the wheels first so that I can avoid them. As I'm doing the truck. And this is a little bit forgiving because I do have the fenders, luckily, thank goodness for that, right? Doing me some small favors. I even painted the bumper, which probably should have been like silver or gray or something. Maybe I'll come back over it. I don't know. Well, probably not actually, because I have another, we're doing something else here, so it'll be fine. I've got a transfer ready and on deck for this. So if you want this bundle, you can comment the word spring and get it for yourself. And it does come with part of the buffalo plaid transfer and paste and some beads and some twine. So you have everything that you need besides like a brush to get the job done, okay? I don't know if I'm going to want to do a second coat on here. So, might. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. Okay, and then, like I said, I'm leaving the wheels so that we can do those black, okay? I probably, once we get going, I'll probably tape the wheels off so that we can do our transfer and then come back and paint them black. Or gray, or whatever, black. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, so here we go. I think I'm good. There. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to do one more quick coat here. Just to be sure on the fenders, because they are not going to get the transfer on them. We're going to do the transfer on the truck, so. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to set that to the side. Get this to dry, and then we can move it out of the way and move on. Hi, Vicki. Hey, Stacy. How are you? Get this really dry so I can move it out of the way, or at least pick it up and have it partially dry, and then it can dry the rest of the way over there. Our little bird with his wing. I'm struggling here. Okay. I do want this thing really, really good and dry, so I'm going to make sure that we dry it all the way. And we can work on the rest of it, and then painting the rest of it. And then come back and do the transfer on the truck. Okay? Sound good? I'm doing great. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Hope you had a good Monday. So we had a busy weekend around here. I know I wasn't here on Saturday, and that is because Chris and me and my nephew went to my mom and dad's house all day. Like from morning to night to help them finish packing the little bit that they have left at their house to pack. Like mainly in the garage, so we hadn't packed anything out there yet. And that needed to be done. So my mom went and got boxes and we did all that good stuff. So that's where I was this weekend. Hi, Stephanie. All right, so this is a gray paint pen from Sharpie. Okay, I'm going to paint the little back part of the truck. I know this is probably supposed to be brown, but I wanted to kind of minimize the use of black and brown in this project, so I thought gray might work okay. We'll see. Hopefully it won't look terrible. I think it'll be fine. Especially with the truck being blue, I think it'll be nice. All right. Quick and easy. These are on my Amazon link. Whenever you comment the keyword, you'll see at the bottom of that message that my Amazon is on there. You can go and look at the craft supplies and you'll find these markers and the Posca pens that I love so much. Which we're going to use both of them. Because I don't have all the colors in the Sharpie ones. I haven't bought them all yet. But I have tons of Posca ones, so we're going to mix and match. Alright, that's cool. Now, I love this. I don't know if... Now, that was a kind of a metallic-y gray, but this is an actual silver Posca marker. And it's shiny. I got the package with the silver and gold one. And man, it is nice. So this is like the inside rim thing. And it is two pieces. They're cut apart, which I probably should have just cut it and done a score line on it because ends up being one piece. But I didn't realize that, so that's fine. Whenever I initially cut it. Okay. Easy, right? All right. Let me move this and then we can get on with it. So then you've got the words Hello Spring that go on the side of the truck. And I, of course, wanted to use a retired paste color. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, I was thinking I hadn't opened this yet. I hope it's not completely dried out. I didn't even check it. It's not. It's close. This is Slate Rose. I don't know if y'all remember this color, but I do, and I love it. So basically any excuse to use this one, and I'm all about it. So I have some paste packets of Slate Rose, and I thought, let me incorporate this color into, because, I mean, it's totally a spring pink. Oh yeah, it's so great. Why not use it, right? If I have it available. There we go. Very nice. And then I'm going to try to avoid the centers here because I'm going to have to color the inside yellow and I don't want to have to cover up the pink, so hopefully I can do a good enough job. Sounds like Dozer's trying to get into the trash. I made a chicken for dinner earlier. He's notorious for, we have a trash can that the lid opens and closes. It's like battery operated or whatever. And he's constantly sticking his face over there and sniffing in the trash can. And if you put food on top, he's into it. So trying to keep him, gotta get him to knock that off. Okay, so I'm gonna actually switch this around a little bit. I'm gonna use this other piece of tape. I intended to use that tape that I used for the truck for my other pieces, and then I forgot and pulled them off too soon, so that's where we're at. Okay, we have a couple of other pieces. The little I for the word spring is a flower. Super cute. I'm going to use, for the greenery on here, eucalyptus. Another solid favorite. And it's included as a paste packet also in this bundle. So like I said, I've been switching over my Etsy to my back to my website just because the fees are just eating me alive. And if I have a free website available to me, then why not use it, right? And so I've been seeing all the cutouts that I have, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it gives me so many ideas. So that's where I got the idea for this truck, because I didn't have this on my lineup, and I've never painted it before or done a live with it, so I wanted to make sure and show y'all. And I love a good vintage truck. I don't know about you, but I do. So I don't know about snow, but it has gotten quite cold here. I don't know. I'm unsure. I haven't really been paying attention, if I'm honest. Okay. Who knows? Now, my little butterfly, I'm gonna, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and paint this one first. Now, I think I'm gonna go ahead with the pink. I like this pink. My mom told me to do it like purple or something, but this slate rose is really nice. So we're just gonna go with it, okay? And I'm gonna color the body black, which is why I pulled out that pen, but I wanted to paint it first because then I can cover up my mistakes if I make any. Happy little accidents, right? Okay, here we go. I love these little makeup sponges. They are also on my Amazon list. I couldn't do it without them. Oh, you know what? Hello. I've got flowers. And my mom also suggested that she wanted to see a different color flower, but you know, we don't always get what we want. I do probably need an actual brush, though, to really do a better job. I need like the tiniest bit of water here. Just a little. There. All right. So, do any of you read? If you do, I would love to know your reading recommendations. Any kind of book. I don't know why those are stuck together and I didn't even notice it, but I love thrillers, but I also really love historical fiction. Basically anything that isn't like that's fiction. Okay, so if you have a recommendation for me, I would love to hear it. Because I have Libby, which is a library app, and you can do like 15 holds from the library, and my holds, I've almost depleted all the books that I have holds on. So I'm starting to kind of stress a little bit about not having something to read. Because I'm always, or read, I listen to audiobooks, but to listen to. So I would love to know what you're reading or listening to. And I'll pretty much listen to anything. I just finished one of the greatest books that I've ever read. It's called The Pillars of the World. Super good. Really, really great book. That one is. So if you come across it, definitely check it out. It's really, really good. Okay. That's good. My little birdie's over here somewhere. Here he is. He needs an eyeball and he needs a beak. I got a little bit of blue on his side of him, so let's give him an eye. Just one little dot. I didn't even press down. Okay, look how cute these little birds are. I love that guy. Okay, now get it all dried up. And we can move on to the main event. I need to paint the tires. And then we can, well, I'm going to do actually I'll do the transfer first on there and then we'll paint the tires. And I do want to try and tape that off. So we'll do that too. Okay, there we go. Now, pull these all off of here. And I just love the slate rose color. It's so pretty. And it's going to be perfect, I think, with the blues on this. Put all of that over here to the side so I can make room. And just be really careful pulling all of your letters off of the tape because you could easily break them. Okay, they're very small. Let me get all of that over there. Okay, now I want to tape this, and this is what I'm thinking. Now, this probably is not going to be perfect. But I definitely want to avoid this area at all costs, okay? So I'm going to just tape it like that. And I'm going to do it on this side too, but then I need to figure out, so my tape is not curved, obviously. Oops. There we go. So the top of the tire I'm not as concerned with because like we do have these fenders that will help keep cover up any oopsie doos, right? So I think that might be okay. I just want to try and I will avoid the area hopefully whenever I do the paste on that, but and the center will be covered up with the silver pieces, but the area around is my problem and I can't really get tape in there like that, so it'll be fine. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. Okay, thank you, Vicki. I appreciate that. I will check them out. All right, so I want to do buffalo plaid along the bottom of the truck, the whole hood, the whole everything, okay, except for this top part And the fenders are going to stay out also. So the strip of buffalo plaid that you'll get will cover your truck, okay? It's not going to be a whole piece, but it'll be big enough for you to work with, okay? Now make sure you press it down really well. And yours will be brand new. Mine is far from new. Okay, hopefully I have a clean squeegee over here. And I don't know that I do, but, uh-oh. See what I've done? This is not good. My boob pulled that off. It said, boop, pulled it up. Okay. I'm going to just clean this right now with a baby wipe because I have it laying over here from the last project I did because I just chucked it over there like a crazy person and didn't clean it. But here we go. We're good. Now, I'm going to work from the center out, it looks like, with this because my transfer is not super duper sticky. Yours will be because it'll be brand new. But I feel like if I pull it from the center, it'll help it stay down a little bit better. And then I'm going to go around my wheels and try my best to not go over where it's going to be black. Okay. I don't have to get like right up on the wheel though, because that fender will cover some of it. Okay. So if we can just get close enough, then we'll be good. Now, there we go. I should have taped off this top part too. I'm seeing that now. But it'll be fine. Maybe that's where my bird will be sitting. I haven't decided yet where the bird goes, so luckily those kind of pieces will help you hide any less than perfect things that you've done here, okay? So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Now, okay, that's great. I like that. That was, by the way, that was Ocean Mist, okay? And I'm really liking the way that that looks. So let's get this dry. Now, you're probably going to want to wax your truck before you lay down your transfer, especially if it's the brand new one, okay? And fuzz it. Okay, I didn't do either because mine was very, very used. And I wanted it to be as sticky as possible. So once you've used it about 3,000 times like I've used that one, then it's not going to pull up as badly, if at all. You shouldn't have any trouble. And then we're just going to make sure this is all the way really dry. And then we can take off this tape right here, paint the tire, or paint our tires, and put it all together. And we'll be ready. Okay. I think we're good. Now, I go through so much of this painter's tape. You could also use placement tape or washi tape. Whatever you're comfortable with will work fine. All right, now, again, black marker. I'm not going to paint the centers. And I'm not, like, super concerned about having a perfect line here. Because my fenders will cover up any mess ups, okay? Just don't go over the line too far, or else I won't be able to help you. These markers make it so easy, though, to paint, and then I don't have to pull out another paint color because, my goodness. Especially when, like, you could do each of those flowers individual colors. You could add accents to the bird. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff. The only thing with these is that they don't blend. So if you want to blend, use paint or use paste, okay? And then you can use different colors of those too. But for just this kind of stuff where it's just a small detail, these work amazing. And really, the Sharpie ones, they feel like a Sharpie, but they're paint. They're acrylic paint. There we go. Now, there's our truck. Oh, we do have one other thing that we need to do. So, yeah, this is a gray enough. So, like I said before at the beginning, the first thing I did is I took my truck and I set it on this base. Okay, I lined it up. And I took a pencil and I marked that window. Okay, so now I have the window marked. So that I could come back with my gray marker and just color this in, okay? Now I'm going to color a little over the lines just to be sure. But I'm going to color all in one way for my window. Okay, but I am going to go a little bit over the line because the truck body will cover it up. And then I'm trying to do longer strokes. It's kind of hard. So that I have, so it doesn't look like the window's colored in, right? All right, so there's that. Now, I think I want to dry it. Window with seasonal cutouts. So I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like interchangeable stuff? So this one is not interchangeable. The trees are actually attached. But I do have the file for the interchangeable truck. I think I know which one you're talking about. The one with the back. And we can absolutely do that. Without a doubt, yes. What would you like to see? Is what my question. I have spring, I've got summer, I've got everything under the sun as far as those. I think I have all of them that she's come out with for the truck. Now, make sure you push it down really well. Okay, so there's our truck. Isn't that cute? Y'all, this blue color is really nice. I like it. For spring, it's perfect. And then, as always, let us put all of this on here and see how we like it. Make sure everything looks good before we glue, okay? Make sure we don't need to edit any colors. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I'm loving the pink on here. It's absolute perfection. see. And then we do have a couple flowers. Let's see. Hi, Marie. How are you? We've got flowers that go on here. We've got the butterfly, this little cutie patootie that goes as the eye right here. And our little birdie. Let me glue his wing on really quick, and then we can put him on his place. I want him to go on the flowers, since he is the same color as the truck. Oops. There we go. He's gonna sit, oops, right up here on that little thing. And then there we go. Okay, just like that, I think is perfect. So I'm gonna just start working from front to back. And I am using Stick Fast, as always. I love this stuff, especially for small little detail pieces. It's great. It holds so well. Oh no, I hate to hear that you're flooding. We did have some thunderstorm warnings and flood warnings over the weekend, but it didn't really, it didn't hit. It didn't seem like it hit anyways, like they said it was going to, because, I mean, I don't even really recall the storm. And it rained a little bit while we were at my parents' on Saturday, but beyond that, not really much of anything. I'm going to put a hold on this Hello Spring thing and do the rest of this first, because those letters are kind of intimidating. And then I'm going to just do it like this. Instead of trying to put it on there and get it all over my fingers. Oh, but then you have too much like that. So, I don't know. Find a happy medium, okay? Don't use so much glue is the real problem. That's what I should be saying, but... Okay, let's do our flowers. Now, just a little bit of this goes a long way, okay? You really don't need a ton because it does squirt out. It dries clear, but still, you don't need that much. It holds super well without having to use a ton, okay? And then I wanted this, yeah, okay. Well, let me just go ahead on this. I want to put the bottom part here, where you can kind of see the flowers, the stems of the flowers in between the little bars. Okay. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Keyword is spring, by the way, if you haven't heard me say it. And this is a bundle. Everything you need comes with the cutouts and everything, paste and some beads and all that good stuff. It all comes together for you. Okay. Ooh. There's that. Now for the words. This is itty bitty. It is so small. So just take it easy with the glue. You don't gotta do too much. I know I jokingly say that I glue myself to something every time, but I do. It's this glue is no joke. And just there, I had that stuck to my finger for a second. It's great glue though, so keep on using it, but afterwards I'll just get a nail file and file it off my skin. Now, let me move all this out of here. Okay, isn't it cute? Thank you. I'm glad you like it, Paula. You can come at spring and get one for yourself. Ugh. Trying my best to not make a mess with the glue, but it's only partially working. So I'm grateful it dries clear because my gosh, this would be a nightmare if it didn't. Okay. But we're almost done, and we're gonna hang this thing up with our little beads that we made, or that we painted a second ago. I don't know what I'm seeing here, but it looks like I don't know. I think I'm going crazy. I can see where the letters are supposed to go because it's scored, but it felt like I was wrong. Oh God. I am gluing myself to myself. Let me see if I can. Oh gosh. Get that off of there before it dries. Okay. Or something else gets glued to it. Let me close this because this stuff is dangerous. I think that's all my pieces. It sure is. Now, that is my truck, and isn't that just the cutest thing ever? I think so. All right, now we have our beads. Hopefully they're all dry. This one has a little bit of paste on the edge. It's fine. But those are our beads that we worked with a minute ago. I'm going to string them, and I'm just going to I'm going to take my thing here, and I just noticed that I didn't paint the little hooks up here, so I'm going to just try. And paint them gray with this. Happy I have that, because if not, I would have been really aggravated by that. All right. A little bit of glue on the end of this makes for easy stringing of beads. Where I don't need a bead stringer because I still haven't bought one. I keep on telling myself I need one, and then I'm like, but I just use hot glue. It's fine. Isn't it cute? Glad you love it. Now, this string is way too long, but that's okay. We're going to use it just as long as it is, and then we can trim the excess, okay? So, let's flip this baby over. And I'm going to come in, and I'm actually going to tie this, so the holes on this are kind of large, okay? So I'm going to just tie a knot here, like that, okay? So then that way, I have, I don't have to like try to glue it to the back or anything like that. Now, I'm going to tighten this up. I don't like my hangers to be really big. I prefer them to be not a lot of hanging space there. So tighten that up quite a lot. And just like that. And then our little beads to the side. Now, I'm going to trim this. It doesn't have to be super close, but so that... Y'all, this is super cute. Look how cute that is. So you can comment the word spring to get all the stuff to make this yourself. And I hope that you love this bundle. I am loving it. I will see you tomorrow night. So make sure that you come hang out with me, okay? Love you all. See ya.